Well, we are back in one of my favorite places on earth. Out west, looking for elk sheds. I've got a beautiful companion with me today. We're looking to try and get her on her first shed antler ever. So we're gonna be out here for 3 days, walking these hills. The snow melted within the last week. I think we've hit this perfect. So hoping to pull some antlers out of here. And we'll update you as it goes, but it is April and it's beautiful, and I just look forward to this every year. So here we go, time to put some miles on. We're getting into some bull sign. No antlers yet, but come across some elk droppings and some fresh rubs, and we're on some good tracks, bull tracks. So just kind of keep following the sign and see if it leads us to something good.
I did not either.
That's the kind of sign I like to see. I'm gonna keep gridding around in here a little bit as I get into tidbits of sign, but I'll be honest, we haven't had really any luck. There's 4 of us walking this big draw right now, and the sign has been extremely patchy. Can't seem to get into like a herd of bulls. It seems like it's 1 or 2. So just kind of gridding the small areas that we find the sign, and gonna make my way back up toward the truck, and I think we're gonna hit a different area here in a minute. So anyway, just keep putting miles on and coming across the sign, but that rub is what I look for. That's the kind of stuff I like to see. Well, changed locations again. Came into a wide open burn area. We've had good luck here in the past, and my biggest elk shed to date came out of this area. So gonna kind of hit this, spend some time in it, see if we can pull something fresh out of here. But yeah, kind of been a slow day. It's windy out here today and cold, so decided to bundle up and get the gloves back on. It still feels good to be out here, better than being sweaty, I guess. So just gonna keep working this burn area and see if we can pull anything out of here. So I'll bring it to you if we find something. The whole entire walk was worth it. I came up and I saw, I don't know if you can see that, but what looked like an antler right there. And I got a mule deer shed right here. This could be a match set. Chalker muley. Nice. See if this is a match down here. Yes, it is. Oh. There we go. Matched set of mule deer. Oh, I forgot my phone on this walk, and kind of got mixed around trying to get back to the road. And finally radioed Aubrey, and they're bringing the truck down to me. But it's a nice little consolation prize, some chalk match set of muleys. I'll take that. Well, to be brutally honest, it's been a day of getting our butts kicked. But we relocated about 45 miles away from where we were earlier. And I've got to say, I'm a lot happier with the move. I'm in a spot right now, quarter-mile off the road, and I've seen more elk sign, bull sign in the last quarter-mile than I probably have in the last 10 that I've walked today. So I am optimistic for this spot. No cattle been grazing up here, no forestry work, no road work, and the sign is already proving to be good. So keep cutting around in here and see if we can pull something out, salvage the day. Guys, I've been killing myself up and down hills and following contour lines and following the elk sign, and man, it all just paid off with this very unique hard white spike. I know you're all jealous. Well, what a consolation prize. Oh. Well, I'll keep walking, making my way back to the truck. Whew. Day 2, we're back at it. My camera died yesterday after I picked up a little spike antler, but got back into a new area. Already coming across some fresh bull sign. Gonna make our way up through here and grid it for the next couple hours. Zip back in town and have a decent lunch today. And grab a burger and pick up Aubrey. She had to take care of some work things this morning, so she's getting that all done, and hit it pretty hard this afternoon. So I'm optimistic about this spot. We're in a lot of good sign yesterday, already in good sign this morning. Just gotta find where they drop these antlers. Just out here in the wide open, walking this side hill, and just come across the whitetail shed. Not a bad one either. Decent 4-point. Strap that one to the pack and keep on rolling. Looking for those big brown elk. I have been busting my tail along these ridge lines, gridding, and I picked up a small little dinker 4-point about the size of my hand, and I'm making my way back to the truck, and I just walked up on a mule deer shed, and I think it's the biggest one I have ever found. Wow. I think it's a muley. No, this is just a big non-typical whitetail. Wow. This is definitely my biggest whitetail shed I've ever picked up in the hills. Wow, hold on. How about that thing? That is a giant whitetail. That's up there with one of my biggest whitetail sheds ever, I think. That's definitely gonna make the mantle at home for sure. Giant whitetail shed. Wow. makes me want to grit around in here a little bit and see if I can find the other side. That's a big one. I'm gonna mark this on the map and keep gridding around. Well, day 3, we are back at it. Yesterday afternoon was brutal and uneventful, so got into an area where I'm just gonna go ahead and say it, some freaking asshole decided they were gonna ride their ATVs all over in the meadows and stuff that we were trying to walk. So discouraging to say the least for the amount of effort we put in to that area. We've relocated today back into somewhat of the terrain that we found. I found that whitetail yesterday, so relocated, walking that, gonna spend pretty much our whole day here. So I like the looks of this, already in some good sign, and hoping everybody else can get on the board today also.
Already bumped 6 or 8 cows, I think. I don't think they were shed bulls, but the elk are in here.
And an update from Claude. He just bumped up some elk. So looking forward to today's hike, and we'll bring it to you as we go. Now, first one of the day. Ancient, old, chewed up whitetail. We just bumped into some other shed hunters right before I found this, and they were coming down the road in their pickup, and the one guy told us that this is where the bulls were last weekend. So he said some were still packing. He thought about 50% had dropped as of a week ago or so. So I'm optimistic that maybe we're going to get into some. So we had just moved areas. We're going to start working this top, and Aubrey and I had just split off. We're literally like, I can see the trucks. We're not even 100 yards from the trucks. And somebody found their first shed antler ever. Chalky old muley. It was a good one in its day. Broke off, chewed up, but that's your first one ever. Good job. I love you.
I love you too.
All right, let's split up and keep on moving. Congratulations, babe.
Thank you.
Hopefully that's a good sign to come. Fresh mule deer shed right off a mule deer shed right off the road that's old that nobody's found. So this area looks really good. I'm hoping that we pull some more out of here. Well, it has been a slow day to say the least, but it just paid off in a big way. So back on the first evening, we were in this general area and we saw a lot of sign, but didn't really pull anything out. So we've tried obviously some different elevations and been slow. Claude found a couple raghorn brown elk sheds. We stuck around that area, didn't find anything else. So we came back down here, and this is like really good mule deer country down in here, mule deer and elk. But I was like, man, if I drop down in these canyons, maybe I'll pull a muley shed out. And I got these new Bushnell engages right before I came out here. And I was sitting up on this hill, and all of this behind me is a big burn. And I just started glassing, just stood there and just started glassing up and down different elevations. And I just glassed up, obviously it's like a half mile away, but I just glassed up a really big brown elk shed. So I'm gonna go pick this thing up. When I glassed this thing up, I was way up on top of that ridge. Just trying to get a good bead on where it's laying. Found it. This could end up being my biggest elk shed ever. Nice 6. Woo! On the board with a good brown. Oh man. Get a pickup on this thing. Big 6. Wow. That is what I came out here for. Dream come true. I'm so stoked. Got a little this thing going on his third right there. Big old sword. Good mass. That's a solid antler, big old front. I'm excited about that. I'll mark this on the map and maybe grid this area some more. But I'm stoked about that. See if I can find the match.